Conor McGregor has withdrawn from the highly anticipated UFC 303 main event against Michael Chandler due to an injury, extending his absence from the Octagon to nearly 3 years. UFC President Dana White confirmed McGregor's exit, citing an undisclosed injury as the reason for the withdrawal. This announcement marks yet another setback in McGregor's tumultuous return to the sport. The main event, initially scheduled for June 29, will now feature a light heavyweight title rematch between current champion Alex Pereira and former champion Jiri Procházka. Pereira won the title from Procházka via a second-round TKO at UFC 295 last November, after the belt had been vacated multiple times. This replacement bout is expected to draw significant attention, given the exciting nature of their previous encounter. In addition to the main event change, the co-main event has also been altered. Former light heavyweight champion Jamahal Hill was set to face Carlos Ulberg, but an injury to Hill has led to a reshuffling. Brian Ortega will now fight Diego Lopez, while Ulberg will go up against Anthony Smith. These adjustments have made UFC 303 a night of significant changes, reflecting a challenging period for the promotion. The UFC has had a particularly rough week, as the main event of a fight night scheduled for the week before UFC 303 was also disrupted. Khamzat Chimaev was supposed to face Robert Whittaker, but a medical issue with Chimaev forced a change. Whittaker will now fight Ikram Aliskerov. McGregor last competed at UFC 264 in July 2021, where he lost a trilogy fight to Dustin Poirier via TKO after breaking his tibia at the end of the first round. This latest injury postpones his return even further, adding to the already prolonged period since his last victory, which occurred over 4 years ago. It's been nearly 8 years since McGregor last won a title fight. Rumors about McGregor's withdrawal had been circulating for over a week. Concerns were initially raised when a news conference with Chandler scheduled for June 3 was abruptly postponed without clear explanation. Speculation grew as McGregor was seen partying with his fiancée, and he addressed the delay on social media, citing a series of obstacles, but maintaining that he was still eager to fight. Veteran MMA journalist Ariel Helwani reported on Tuesday that the UFC was considering replacements for McGregor or an entirely new fight. Despite reassurances from Chandler and continued promotion of the fight, Helwani indicated increasing pessimism and the possibility of McGregor not competing. It was later confirmed that McGregor sustained his injury shortly before the postponed news conference, with his camp hoping he could recover in time, but ultimately failing to do so. For Michael Chandler, this development is particularly disappointing. The fight against McGregor was poised to be the most lucrative of his career. Chandler last fought in November 2022, losing to Poirier. Since then, he and McGregor were announced as coaches for The Ultimate Fighter, with the expectation of an eventual bout. However, delays, including complications with McGregor's re-entry into the USADA testing pool, postponed the fight announcement until April. Since his last fight, McGregor's career has seen a significant shift. Following his loss to Poirier, he faced criticism for his post-fight behavior, which included making offensive remarks about Poirier's family and gesturing provocatively while injured. This marked a low point in his career, with 3 losses in his last 4 fights, and a reputation for crossing lines both in and out of the octagon. During his recovery, McGregor focused on his business ventures and made his acting debut in the remake of Roadhouse, alongside Jake Gyllenhaal. Despite his continued popularity and draw as a major figure in MMA, McGregor's performance has lagged, with no title defenses and both of his belts being stripped due to inactivity. As McGregor's return to the UFC is delayed once again, questions arise about how much longer the promotion can accommodate a fighter who, despite his star power, has faced numerous challenges and controversies. The UFC has consistently supported McGregor, but the ongoing setbacks test the limits of their patience and strategic planning.